guys, how are you? My name is Lois Githiga. I am an immigration and refugee consultant based in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I head Milele Immigration Services, which is located in Calgary and Nairobi at Marsabit Plaza on Gong Road. Now, my friends, this is a continuation of my previous video, and I just want to talk and clarify about who needs a provincial attestation letter and who doesn't need a provincial attestation letter. It could be a PL or a TL depending on whether you're coming to a territory or a province. So it's a TL if you're going to a territory, it's a PL if you're coming to a province. Okay, remember how Canada is organized. Okay, we are not going to get into that. So for the time being, right now, until such a date in 2025, when the new changes will take effect, they've said that beginning 2025, at whatever date that they decide, everybody will need a PL or a TL, with the exemption of a very few class of people that we've already discussed in the other video. Now, right now, you don't need a PL if you're applying for a study permit if you are one of the following. You are applying for study in Canada in K9. What is K9? K9 means either kindergarten, elementary, all the way to grade 12. So if you're coming to take any of those, you're bringing your child, they don't need a provincial attestation letter. The other people are people who are coming under the Francophone minority communities student pilot, and they already have a letter of acceptance, and that letter identifies them as applicants under that program. Okay? Excuse me. The other people is people who are federally designated, people coming to federally designated military college, or if you're coming to a school in Quebec in a vocational training program that leads either to a diploma of vocational studies or an attestation of vocational specialization or a skills training certificate. The other group of people that can still apply is if you're doing a master's or a PhD student. Again, this is just temporary. The other group is people who have received a scholarship from the Global Affairs Canada, or the other group of people is those people who are eligible under an exemption from a study permit requirement based on a public policy that is part of migration response to a crisis or other pressures. The other group is people who entered in Canada and they're already here, and maybe they are applying to extend their study permits or to restore their status. They already have a work permit, unless that work permit was through the international experience class, or you're already a temporary resident who is visiting or an exchange student at a DLI, or you are under a removal order that cannot be executed at this time. Or you have a TRP, that is a temporary resident permit, not a temporary resident visa. Totally different things, my friend. And that TRP is valid for 6 months. Or you are a protected person, or you are eligible for permanent residence based on a HNC or a current public policy, or you are a spouse of a partner in the Canada class. Okay? Lastly, you don't need a PAL if you entered Canada and you are a family member of a foreign national who is in Canada and they have status. For example, people who are here on work permits, students. So if you're a spouse, if you're a dependent of those people and you want to go to school, you don't need a PAL. So guys, make sure that when you apply for your study permit in Canada, you provide the PAL or the TL with the documents that you are going to provide to support your application. And if you fit this exemption list, please make sure IRCC knows which exemption you are applying under. Okay, don't just assume. Make sure that you explain to them why you think you meet the exemption. And they have said that if you don't show how you meet the exemptions, or you don't provide the PALs, your study visa will be denied. So please make sure that you do a good application. Should you need help, should you need assistance in your study permit application, planning your Canadian studies, your immigration post-graduation, kindly head on to our website www.mileleimmigrationservices.ca and book a consultation with me. I will be happy to meet with you at your designated time. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.